What's up, guys? It's your man Donovan Sharp, and welcome to this edition of Sharp Shorts. Let's get right to it. Shout out to Coach Greg Adams, who inspired the title of this video when he posted this to social media. The post reads, "W.A.P is 0 for 2 in sports," and then in the caption he put, "Better start cooking and cleaning." He is referencing, of course, the recent breakup between 31-year-old rapper Megan Thee Stallion and 36-year-old future Hall of Fame shooting guard Klay Thompson, who currently plays for the Dallas Mavericks. I will reference that 0-2 sports angle that CGA talked about a little bit later in the video, but let's quickly first dive in and dissect what's really going on here. So the TLDR version of the event is that back in July of 2025, this is last summer, Megan posted a bunch of poolside videos of herself in a bikini. Apparently, it was her Hot Girl Summer line that had dropped in Walmart earlier that month. But what seemed to have stolen the spotlight was that Klay Thompson was chilling in the background. People started to speculate. There were rumors. Are they together? Are they in a relationship? Well, a few days later, Klay posted a picture of he and Megan kissing, which of course confirmed that they were indeed in a relationship. So the next few months, the two engaged in the typical activities that come in the first throes of romance. You know, they're posting cute little hand-holding pictures. They're being spotted at different events together, getting their pictures taken on the red carpet together, and so on and so forth. The eyeball test showed me that these two were really into each other. To me, they genuinely appeared to be enjoying each other's company. They didn't mind showing each other affection in public. Megan was always gushing over Klay, and Klay really seemed like he was equally into Megan as she was into him. Now, there was one blip on the radar that kind of alerted us, and this was when Megan told everyone that one of her favorite things about Klay is that, quote, "he's the nicest person I've ever met in my life." These are her words. She went on to tell Page Six that, quote, "I never dated somebody so kind. This is my first relationship where I've been with somebody who's genuinely a nice person, and he makes me genuinely happy. I've never dated somebody like him before, and I'm just grateful that he's here by my side and feels the same way about me." Now, any man with this level of awareness that we have here in this corner of the internet, we know that when a woman calls you a nice guy or describes you as a good guy or a kind man with a good heart, we know that that is usually the kiss of death in any relationship. And the reason we think this way is because we acknowledge, we admit, and we point out countless examples of the famous trope, nice guys finish last. And guys, we've recently seen a few confirmations of late. What with Hillary Duff telling Alex Cooper on the Call Her Daddy podcast the other day that her now husband, Matthew Coma, was too nice. The embattled former NFL reporter and insider Diana Rossetti called her husband a nice guy and then thrashed him in the same breath. Jada Pinkett has called Will Smith a nice guy their entire marriage, but as we all know, she's done absolutely nothing but disrespect and humiliate him. I mean, guys, we see and we hear example after example of modern women calling their husbands and boyfriends nice guys and then showing us exactly what they think and feel of said nice guys. So when Megan Thee Stallion told everyone that Klay was the nicest person she ever met in her life, we all just kind of shook our heads and sort of waited around for the social media posts of Megan with some random YN at the nightclub, or on vacation with her ex, or on a yacht with some new fling that she happened to be with. But it never happened. In fact, Megan and Klay turned up the heat and started posting even more photos and videos of themselves enjoying being in a relationship with one another. It got to a point where the relationship appeared to become so distracting that a lot of people suspected that it may have started affecting his play on the court. When Klay Thompson lost his starting spot with the Dallas Mavericks, former NBA player Jason Williams blamed it on his relationship with Megan. Take a look.
We ain't talking about Klay Thompson. Y'all steady trying to get him a pass. I ain't never seen Klay not shoot it like this. And for him to say I'm out of my prime, like, come on, Klay, like, come on.
He said that?
Yeah.
It's 36.
How many?
Yeah, he's got a beautiful.
So yeah,
Speaking of BBL,
yeah.
I'm from West Virginia, man.
Oh, here
I've
we
been
go.
taught a lot by some old folks, old white folks. It only takes one to drag a battleship across the desert. That's how powerful it is.
Ain't that the truth?
So
Most wars
it got something to, you know what I'm saying? Klay Thompson, I ain't saying that's what it is, but that might be what it is.
Now, whether or not that really is the case, we'll never know. I mean, obviously, relationships affect different people in different ways. But the bottom line is that Klay and Megan really seem to like each other a lot. As a matter of fact, they both started to double down. On Megan's end, get this, she actually cooked Klay and his family Thanksgiving dinner. And she did all this despite telling the world on her W.A.P video that I don't cook, I don't clean, but I still get the ring. I mean, that shocked everybody. Then, for Klay's 36th birthday, Megan threw him a surprise party and got Klay's favorite group, Bone Thugs and Harmony, to perform at his party. Then, about a week after that, on Valentine's Day, Klay bought Megan a powder blue Bentley and then took her on an expensive tropical, holiday birthday trip. I mean, these two really appeared to be, dare I say, in love, maybe? But all of that was short-lived, because this past Saturday, Megan dropped an Instagram story that accused Klay of cheating. But instead of me reading you that post, I'm going to have a real person who is totally not AI read it so that you guys can get the full effect. Take a look. Remember, this is not AI. Take a look.
Cheating. Had me around your whole family playing house. Got cold feet. Holding you down through all your horrible mood swings and treatment towards me during your basketball season. Now you don't know if you can be monogamous. Bitch, I need a real break after this one by y'all.
Shout out to the lovely and apparently very talented Lana Iuoi out of the Montreal Milking District up there in Quebec for reaching out to us and reading that for us. Our friends up north speak very, very highly of Lana and say that they would absolutely do the opposite of bending over backwards for her. So shout out to those guys as well. Well, then the day after that, which was yesterday, Megan got emotional during her Moulin Rouge performance. Let's take a look and listen to that. Listen to what she says. She's up there crying, y'all. Oh, here we go. So as you just saw, Megan was visibly upset over the breakup, as one might expect. I mean, again, the woman cooked Thanksgiving dinner for him and his family. You guys, you know she liked him, and one could even speculate that she might have even loved him. So at this point, Klay hasn't responded to any of these allegations and accusations, while Megan is doing what we expect any woman like her to do, which is to tell everyone she's going to be all right and that she's choosing herself and all the rest of that. So nobody's surprised at that. Now, I am expecting, as usual, to have various people in my comments asking me questions like, why are we worried about this? This is Hollywood gossip. This is none of our business, and so on and so forth. And my answer is going to be what it always is when I get questions about this, questions like this, about stories like this. And that answer is because these celebrity relationships continue teaching everyone the lessons we've taught everyone in this community for over 2 decades. Lesson number 1. High-status men are going to sleep with other women no matter how much they love the women they are in committed relationships with. You can agree or disagree for moral or immoral reasons, but this has been an ironclad fact of life since the dawn of time. And as we all know, facts don't care about anyone's feelings. Klay Thompson is a tall, rich, high-status professional athlete with a net worth north of $300 million with an annual salary of $32 million. On top of that, he is a 4-time NBA champion and one of the greatest shooters in NBA history who will walk into the Hall of Fame not 1 minute after the 5-year waiting period is over when he retires. This dude was so good in his prime that it took the greatest shooter in the history of the world to overshadow his impressive resume. That, of course, was Stephen Curry. Not a lot of people know this about Klay Thompson, but he once scored 37 points in 1 quarter. That's right, guys, 37 points in 1 quarter. And to be quite honest, if not for playing next to Stephen Curry, he might have accomplished that feat several more times. So Klay Thompson's got it all. He's got the money, the status, the wealth, the fame. He's got the fortune, the legacy, you name it, he's got it all. And women are going to throw themselves at men like this no matter what. I talk about this all the time about modern women wanting all of the benefits without any of the costs. They want the hot Instagram body without living in the gym and dialing in their diets. They all want to be boss babes without any of the responsibility that actually comes with being a boss. And of course, they want to be with the high status man without the high status man cost, which in part is understanding that he is going to have other women in his life. Lesson number 2. Klay Thompson's alleged infidelity did not end this relationship. Megan's ego did. Megan thought that because she too had money, status, and fame, that her W.A.P would be enough to satisfy Klay all by herself. And when she discovered that it was not, it was a body blow to her ego. And as we have discovered over the years, women value their egos, among other things, a lot more than their own relationships. Megan Thee Stallion is supposed to be this bad boss babe who can slay and all this other kind of stuff. And when a man she's with smashes another girl and other people find out about it, that's not only a blow to her ego, it is a blow to her brand. Now, the juxtaposition to this situation is Lizzo. Lizzo has decided to lose the weight despite the fact that it might tarnish her reputation as the queen of the plus-size black girls, because she finally wised up and figured out that her lack of discipline with her diet and exercise would gravely compromise her health in the future. Lizzo did not allow her ego to continue killing her, and she made the right decision to finally get healthy. If Megan's ego weren't so unhealthily large, like the vast majority of modern women, she would likely still be in this relationship with Klay, and we probably wouldn't have even heard about this alleged cheating. Lesson number 3. If you advertise yourself as a 304 or a quote-unquote city girl, as Megan calls it, you cannot expect men to take you seriously. Megan Thee Stallion thought she found a Russell Wilson. Here's the problem. Her quote-unquote ad campaign showed that she was clearly trying to win over the future demographic. And when you advertise yourself according to what men like Future like, you're going to attract men like what did we say, class? Like Future. Megan thought that because Klay was kind and thoughtful and caring, that he didn't have that dog in him. And when your entire brand is about W.A.P and twerking and being a city girl and hot girl summer, this and that, then you cannot expect to attract men who are going to stay faithful to you. And guys, we see it all the time on Fresh and Fit. Absolutely beautiful girls in their 20s who wonder why they can't find a man to take them seriously. Then you look at how they're dressed, what they're posting on Instagram, and of course the fact that a lot of them are OF girls, and you can very quickly see why they're constantly being passed around by these Lambo driving, yacht owning playboys down there in Miami. All these girls look up to Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B, and they attempt to emulate their lifestyle, their mindsets, and their habits. Right? They brag them in that they don't like to cook or clean, but then they wonder why they still ain't got the ring. Cardi B just went through something similar not too long ago with former New England Patriots wide receiver Stephon Diggs. Everything was all fine and dandy until she found out that Stephon had impregnated like 20 other women while he was in a relationship with her. That was crazy. So like Coach Greg Adams alluded to with his Instagram post I talked about at the beginning of this video, the W.A.P girls are 0 for 2 and the city girl lifestyle has taken another L. So yes, gentlemen, those are the reasons I discuss these kinds of things on my channel. It's because we are seeing consistent confirmations of what we have been telling people for decades in real time and in 4K. Men and women dog us all the time about how we're wrong and about how we hate women. They call us misogynists. They say that we have small dinglings. They say anything they do to marginalize our message. But we still continue to be proven right again and again and again. And these public relationships are why we illustrate and teach you guys what's really going on in modern dating and relationships. And that's why we talk about this stuff. Thanks for watching.